Which tree are you eating from? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, or the tree of life? Within the Garden of Eden there was many trees, but God precisely told them not to eat from the garden of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, or surely they should die. And right now there's a seraphim outside and residing outside the gates of the actual Garden of Eden, before we get our new body and our new names, in the very placement where we need to go again, and it has the new provision, the new sustainment, and the new saturation with who he is, with the tree of life that resembles there and resides there. The enemy floods in, goes ahead and uncovers not only who Eve was, but who Adam was, because it was to Eve to Adam is where sin resided. Eve partook first, Adam did second. Adam was the head. God was looking for him amongst everything. He didn't look for Eve, he looked for Adam. Within the Garden of Eden, we had everything we need. We took a fallacy, a lie, a distortion, and we ate it up. We enjoyed it because it looked pleasant to the eyes, but it led to destruction. Part 1. Which tree are you eating from? Part 2. Adam was supposed to be covering Eve, but they were uncovered for their sin and their disobedience. Adam was the kingship. He was second in command after God, for he was a small God. He was the headship. He was the kingship. He was supposed to be leading, protecting, and with Eve. Not only that, but spiritually covering her. Not just physically covering her, but spiritually covering her. And every download, everything, every walk in the Garden of Eden that Adam had with God, he was supposed to be downloading to his woman so that she was fully equipped and fully ready for every prepared way of the Lord. And in the knowledge and the wisdom of the Lord. And in the fear of the reverence of the Lord. And in some of the gifts of the Lord. The knowledge of good and evil does everything backwards. It's nothing but lies, division, strivings, manipulations, perversions. Of course, wanting to be a God yourself, but being the main God. You know, how people worship you. That's in the knowledge of good and evil. And then everything that's enmity of God and self-righteousness and self-sufficiency and everything that exalts itself above him is the knowledge of good and evil. Which tree are you eating from? Part 3. So I also want to add this. Is Adam was also not only supposed to be covering Eve by giving her the downloads that he walked with God with, but it was also to make sure that she wasn't so easily succumbing to the enemy the way that she did, and didn't believe in the cunningness and the craftiness of the enemy of their souls, was the reason why that Adam should have made sure that she got the downloads, because otherwise if he did his kingship right and following the ways of God properly, she would have seen the enemy coming for who he was. And not who she was. But the knowledge of good and evil led to the destruction of the corruption of sin. But I'll say this, is the tree of life is still in the Garden of Eden. It still resides there. As I said, the seraphim is outside the gates protecting it with the flaming sword. The tree of life is everything living waters, is the fruits of the spirit, it is temperance, it is long suffering, it is unselfishness, it is agape love, it is mercy, it is tender, it is wisdom, knowledge. Which tree are you eating from? Part 4. But the fruit of the spirit is of love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Galatians 5 verses 22 through 23. But also faithfulness and also patience and agape love. That is the tree of life. And the tree of life also has, of course, the Garden of Eden. It has one river on 4 heads, and the fourth one is Pison, and the second one is Gihon, and the third one is Hiddekel, which is it passes to Ethiopia, and the fourth one is east to Assyria, and it's the river of Euphrates. And the Garden of Eden has the river. It's the tree of life, and it has the river going through it, but it has 4 heads, and that is the tree of life. It all goes together. That's the tree of life.